All right, directions, solve and graph each linear inequality below. First one, x plus 7 is greater than negative 3. The first thing that I'm going to do is subtract 7 from both sides of the inequality. So I'll end up with x is greater than negative 3 minus 7 is negative 10. So actually that is my solution. So I solved it, and now I still have to graph. So I'll go to negative 10 on my number line. I do need to make sure 3 numbers are on my number line. So there we go. Negative 10 is going to have an open circle because there's no equal sign. Greater than points to the right, and you can check this inequality sign matches that inequality sign. All right, number 6, negative 4x minus 6 is greater than or equal to 10. The first thing that I'd like to do is add 6 to both sides. So I'll get negative 4x is greater than or equal to 16. And then from here, we're going to divide both sides by negative 4. So I'm going to get x. 16 divided by negative 4 is negative 4, and since I divided by a negative, I have to change the way that my inequality is going so that greater than or equal to becomes less than or equal to. So that's my solving answer. Now I'm ready to graph it. I'll put negative 4 on my number line. I do need to put numbers on both sides. Less than or equal to means we're going to put a closed circle, and less than would be pointing to the left. And notice again, those two inequality symbols match. All right, next one, we again want to solve 12 is less than or equal to 2 times the quantity x plus 3. The first thing that I'm going to do is actually do a little switcheroo here. So I'm going to make that 2 times the quantity x plus 3 is greater than or equal to 12. If you do a switcheroo, we do need to change the way the sign's going. Now I'm ready to solve this. I'm going to distribute the 2. So I'll get 2x plus 6 is greater than or equal to 12. Then from here I'm going to subtract 6. I'll get 2x is greater than or equal to 6, and then from here I just need to divide both sides by 2, so I'll get x is greater than or equal to 3. So that's my solving answer, and then I'll put 3 on the number line. I do need to put 2 numbers on either side. It's going to be a closed circle because there is an equal sign. Greater than 3 would be all the numbers to the right of 3. Number 8, 5x plus 8 is less than negative 2x minus 6. Okay, the first thing that I would like to do is get my x's together, so I'm going to get rid of the negative 2x by doing plus 2x to both sides. So now I'm going to have 7x plus 8 is less than negative 6. The next thing I need to do is to get rid of this plus 8 by subtracting 8. So I'm going to have 7x is less than negative 14. And then from there, I'm going to go ahead and divide both sides by 7. So I'm going to get x is less than negative 4 divided by 7 is negative 2. So that's my solving answer. And then we'll put negative 2 on my number line. Again, I need to put 2 numbers around it. There is no equal sign in this problem, so it will be an open circle. And then less than are all the numbers to the left of negative 2. Okay, problem number 9. A blank CD can hold 70 minutes of music. So far you have burned 25 minutes of music onto the CD. You estimate that each song lasts 4 minutes. What are the possible number of additional songs that you can burn onto the CD? All right, so we want to know how many songs. So that's what we want to know. All right, write an inequality that can be used to solve the problem above. And then B, solve the inequality to find the answer to the question. All right, one comment or point I'm going to make. Even if you are having trouble with part A, just solve the problem. Use any method. You can make a table, you can do whatever to solve that problem. But I'm going to start with an inequality because it gives us an organized way to do this. All right, so we know we've already burned 25 minutes of music, so I'm going to put 25. Okay, and then we're going to be adding some songs, and each song lasts 4 minutes. So I'm going to add 4, and I'm going to use x for the number of songs. So we'll put a little x up there. So x is going to be our additional songs. And we have 70 minutes of music. So I'm going to put a less than or equal to 70 because we can't go over 70 because it just will use up all the time on the CD. So that's what my inequality is going to look like. And now down here, I'm going to go ahead and solve my inequality. So I'm going to subtract 25 from both sides. So I'll have 4x is less than or equal to, this will end up being 45. And then I'll divide both sides by 4. I'll get x is less than or equal to 45 divided by 4, which is going to be 11.25. So when it said, what are the possible numbers of additional songs that you can burn onto the CD? I'm going to say I can burn up to 11 songs, because obviously I can't burn 12 songs because only 11 are going to fit. All right, so that's what I am going to put for my answer. And again, if you couldn't come up with this inequality, you could have thought like, I have 70 minutes. If I've already burned 25, that gives me 45 minutes left. And then we could just keep going and going and going until we have it. So that's what we can do. You could also, I'm just going to show you, we could have made a table. So if I burned 0 songs, I've already burned 25. If I burn 1 song, that's going to be 29. And I could keep going up until I got to 70. That would take me a little bit, but I definitely could do that.